Federal prosecutors have called attorneys for Dallas County Commissioner John Wiley Price and invited them to a meeting about the Price investigation. His attorneys tell us that meeting will happen Wednesday of next week. Remember, it's been 3 years now. It's 3 years ago today. The FBI served search warrants at Commissioner Price's home, at his county office, and at the homes and offices of others involved in this federal investigation. Fox 4's Sean Rabb in with us tonight. He's been on the story. It's been 3 years, so there's been a lot of gaps. Yeah. I'd call it a status update. I don't know how much information is available.
Well, not a lot of information is available yet, but this is a significant moment. Even the Justice Department has been concerned about the pace of the investigation. Now it's about to come to a head. Here's what I can tell you, Steve. I can tell you that as of today, Billy Rafkin, the attorney for John Wiley Price, has been contacted by the U.S. Attorney's Office. The U.S. Attorney's Office here in Dallas arranged the meeting. Likely, sources say, a meeting where the government now lays out its entire case before Rafkin and his client and says, we're going to indict you unless you can tell us why we shouldn't or accept a plea deal. Billy Rafkin says there won't be any pleas accepted at all. That meeting, again, will be one where the government lays out its entire case, not just what we've seen in court filings against Commissioner Price. The commissioner and his attorney will see it and hear it. What the government says they will take to a grand jury, it's going to include allegations of bankruptcy fraud, tax evasion, even influence peddling, and likely offer Price, who's been the target of this investigation, a plea deal. But Rafkin says to me that he's only going to listen, not talk. And he says there'll be no plea because, quote, it's our position Mr. Price has done nothing wrong. Now, he's not alone in the investigation. Longtime assistant Daphne Fain, political consultant Kathy Neely, and business owner Karen Manning have all been part of the government's focus.
All right, so you mentioned these things, influence peddling, bankruptcy, tax evasion. That's part of the accusation. I mean, we've seen these words in civil court filings.
We've seen it in civil court filings. We know that's there. We know that's there based on what we've seen in civil court, including accepting money for votes. There's one incident that the government lays out in its filing, at least on one occasion, where it alleges Price voted for a company to get a county contract. And the day before that vote, political consultant Kathy Neely received a $13,000 check and deposited from that company and deposited $2,500 into a John Wiley Price account on the same day commissioners voted awarding that contract to the company that gave her the $13,000 check.
Okay, so we've talked about this. Commissioner Price is a popular person, been here a long time. If this comes down to it, he would probably be optimistic about a jury trial.
Well, yeah. First of all, you got to get 12 people who will indict. You got to get 12 people who say, yes, there's enough here to go to trial. And then when you have that trial, you've got to get 12 people to say, yes, he's guilty. We've seen the evidence of the government, and yes, we believe he's guilty or innocent. But yes, I would expect, which is why he wouldn't accept a plea. Billy Rafkin, longtime lawyer, says we're going to try our chances in court.
All right. Nobody talking. Interesting. There's so many people involved in that return. You can't get anybody going on camera.
I talked to at least a dozen attorneys today, good federal attorneys, former prosecutors. Many of them said, listen, I'm conflicted because I'm representing somebody who's been before the grand jury. Can't go on camera with you today, but the day is coming.
Thanks for the update.
Okay.